What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 8, and we start today's episode off with a game against Crystal Palace here at home in the league. And I just want to say as well, guys, once again, the support has been fantastic. I mean, the likes we've gotten on this series so far has been great. We've reached so many new viewers, and hopefully the new guys that came in, hopefully you're enjoying this series, hopefully you're enjoying the channel. And for those of you who have stuck around, hopefully you are enjoying the fact that this series is going to be hopefully just as long as my last career mode, because I'm really enjoying this. I've got no plans to make a new one, certainly not at the beginning anyway. But anyway, we take on Palace for the first game of the episode here, and as you saw there, we were playing on World Class to start this game off, and we switched to Legendary in the next game in this episode, because a lot of you have been saying, oh, World Class is too easy for you. You know, I played last year on Legendary, had an undefeated season on Legendary, so you were saying World Class is too easy for you, go to Legendary. Don't worry, we will be switching to Legendary in the second episode of this, second game of this episode, and we'll be staying on Legendary from there on out. So there you go. But yeah, we take on Crystal Palace for the first game in today's episode, and we had a good chance there to make it 1-0. However, it was Crystal Palace that took the lead here as they came to Carrow Road. Hunt with the goal. I think it's Jack Hunt. Hunt with the goal. He squeezes the ball past John Ruddy. Took a deflection off Shaw, but even so, Hunt claims it, and Palace are 1-0 up here early on. So a bad start for us, and here you see just a few minutes later it could have turned into a terrible start as the ball got played into Shamak. Ruddy made a great save, but oh, Barry Bannon, what on earth was that from the Scottish midfielder? That was terrible from Bannon, and the score remains 1-0. Was he going to be made to rue that chance? Well, in the 27th minute, Van Wolfswinkel takes aim. It's a good save by Speroni. The ball gets cleared only as far as Van Wolfswinkel. It comes away to Jedinak. Palace try to play out from the back, and they give the ball away. Leroy Fer collects it again. Palace clear the ball, but they were looking very suspect to the back, so when Turner finds Andros Townsend down the right hand side, Skim Towns goes past Jerome Thomas. Townsend down the right hand side, crosses the ball into the far post. How about this, man? Nathan Redmond plays it in. That is the most accurate of a overhead kick pass you'll ever see. That was just the most accurate overhead kick pass in the universe. That was incredible from Redmond. Somehow manages to find a run of Teddy, and Teddy smashes the ball into the bottom corner. So Norwich 1, Palace 1, and Barry Bannon was already being made to rue that absolutely sitter in the first half. But 1-1 here, and here you see Johan Elmander. This is exactly why I love playing this guy. Like I said in the last episode, I talked about it a little bit, how, you know, a lot of you guys want me to play Hooper instead of Elmander, and I'm preferring Elmander to Hooper. This is exactly why. The guy is just so clinical. He's just an awesome, powerful striker, and he makes it Norwich 2, Crystal Palace 1 on the stroke of half time. And straight from kick-off, Palace was sitting there. Ian Holloway is just saying to his lads, alright, just go into half time, 2-1 down, just make sure we don't do anything embarrassing. And well, straight from kick-off they give the ball away, and what happens? We get another goal. It's a great cross in, a lovely build-up goal. Ball goes through to Townsend, I think it was. He crossed the ball in. There's Ricky Van Wolfswinkel, who heads the ball past Julian Speroni to make it Norwich 3, Crystal Palace 1, and Holloway must have been fuming. I wonder if he was going to get another ban for what he would have said after this game for his poor performance from his Palace players. But anyway, yeah, 74th minute in, we tried to make sure we'd get another goal here, but unfortunately Palace's defending was staying firm after we hit the post there, so still 3-1. But in the 89th minute, Palace doing their best to get themselves back into the game here. Here's Balassi who goes through, brilliant save by John Ruddy, and we managed to get the ball clear here. We give the ball away with Snodgrass, comes to Jedinak, who plays the ball through to Balassi, who puts the ball wide. So still Norwich 3, Crystal Palace 1 here, and Ian Holloway must have been absolutely fuming that his players weren't taking the chances and were defending poorly. But he see Marouane Chamakh here, the former Arsenal man, crossed the ball into Jerome. What a header away that was by Basong. Heads the ball over the bar to make sure the score remains at Norwich 3, Crystal Palace 1, and from the resulting corner, Jason Puncheon crosses the ball and it's headed away, but it comes to, not sure who it was, but his volley goes over the bar, and we celebrate a 3-1 victory. So yeah, Holloway must have been furious to concede 2 goals in stoppage time at the end of the first half, and his team were just terrible at being clinical in front of goal, and their defending was poor as well. So it did finish Norwich 3, Crystal Palace 1, and we take a good win here. And here is a look at the league table as well. A reminder that the league table and the squad report come out at the start of every single month. So yeah, we're currently sitting in 6th place, 3 points away from Liverpool, who are sitting 5th, and 3 points ahead of Yeah, 3 points ahead of Liverpool, sitting fifth, and 6 points ahead of I think it's Spurs, who sit in fourth. So yeah, it's been a really good start. Very, very good start indeed. I still predict that we will finish mid-table-ish. I can't see us challenging for the Champions League, but that would be amazing, wouldn't it, in the first season? But even so, here's a squad report. Once again, a reminder, this comes out at the start of every month, as does the league table. And yeah, again, once again, apologies if I skip players by accident. It's very, very laggy on the early release on the PS3, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, the players look good. A few of you have been giving me suggestions for what players to play. A few of you want me to play the Murphy brothers or the Murphy twins. I'm not sure if they're twins or just brothers, but yeah, the two young wingers who are in my side. They look actually, pretty damn poor, but apparently they've got some decent potential. So who knows? Maybe I'll try and loan them out in January. If not, maybe try and feature them in some cup games. But yeah, the squad's looking good, and that is good news for us. But yeah, Almanda is going down in terms of attributes. I do understand that, but even so, he's doing very well for me. So I want to keep him as my first choice striker. But he's just changed to legendary. Like I say, this is the game setting, so we're changing to legendary here. The reason I've had it on world class to begin with is just because it's a new game, and it sometimes does take time to get used to. But even so, we start on legendary. So sorry, we started on world class, but we're moving up to legendary now. So we'll be on legendary for the foreseeable future. And legendary, we had an undefeated season on legendary on my last career mode. We pretty much dominated every team on legendary. So it's a difficulty I should have started off with to begin with, but even so, we are there now, so there you go. But anyway, we take on Arsenal in the Capital One Cup here in the quarter-finals, I do believe, in the Capital One Cup. So we take on Arsenal here, and I was looking forward to this game. Was really, really looking forward to it. So you saw me use the press conference feature for, I believe, the first time. And instead of resting all our players like I usually do for the Capital One Cup games, I played pretty much my entire first team with just one or two changes, because I want to win this tournament, man. Seriously, I mean, I really want to win it now. I mean, when I started, I was like, oh, well, if we go out in the second round, I don't really care. But now, I really want to win it. We're into the business end of the tournament. I'm like, fuck this, man. I really want to win this and secure Europa League football for the second season in this series. That would be fantastic. But Arsenal and Arsene Wenger stood in our way, and Arsene Wenger knows that his side are desperate for a trophy. That's exactly why they put out a first choice, first team, good, strong side. But even so, their defence was really poor. They kept giving the ball away. Almanda's shot blocked and goes out for a corner here. But from that resulting corner, it's Robert Snodgrass who crosses the ball in, and Sebastian Bassong, free header, it loops over Szczesny, and 15 minutes played. It was Norwich 1, Arsenal 0 here at Carrow Road. So 1-0 here, and a couple of minutes after that, Bakary Sagna finds Santi Cazorla, and Santi Cazorla down the left-hand side here tries to take aim. It's a good block, but it comes to his Spanish teammate Mikel Arteta. He finds Thomas Vermaelen. It's a good save by John Ruddy to keep out the Belgian centre-half. So still 1-0 to Norwich here, but Arsenal looking very, very threatening in the early minutes. And from the resulting corner, it's Mikel Arteta who crosses the ball in here, eventually crosses the ball into the box. Edin Dzeko goes for the header, it's cleared away. It comes to Flamini who finds Santi Cazorla. Cazorla tries to take aim here, but what a fantastic reverse pass, finds Dzeko. Chamberlain crosses the ball in, and poor old Russell Martin, how unlucky was that? It was so unlucky from my fullback there. Almost managed to head the ball off the line, but unfortunately he can only head it onto the underside of the crossbar, and it goes in. So Norwich 1, Arsenal 1 here, and a fantastic start to this Capital One Cup tie. But in the 26th minute here, Gary Hooper wins the ball here. Hooper, fantastic hustle by him, and he finesses the ball. Oh, so unlucky. Szczesny was rooted to the spot. He just thought, fuck it, it's going to go into the top corner, but it hits the post. How unlucky from Gary Hooper, and the score remains at 1-1. But in the 34th minute, Johan Elmander comes through here. It's a good tackle. Comes to Russell Martin. Elmander picks the ball up here. Crosses the ball into Gary Hooper. Hooper collects it. Skips past Mikel Arteta. Crosses the ball in. There is Bradley Johnson with a free header to make it Norwich 2, Arsenal 1. So yeah, we're starting with Elmander and Hooper for this game. So I know how much you guys love Hooper, but I love Elmander. So those two are going to be a strike partnership in a few games for me to come. So yeah, Hooper and Elmander were playing very well, and Bradley Johnson put us 2-1 in front there. And on the stroke of half time, just like against Crystal Palace, we scored a goal. Well, in this one we had Elmander coming through here. Were we going to make it 3-1? Surely we would. Oh, Johan Almanda, he's the striker in form, but what a miss that was. That should have been 3-1. He failed to take the chance, and it's still Norwich 2, Arsenal 1. But as we go into the hour mark here, Bradley Johnson with a nice roulette. He finds Gary Hooper. Hooper cuts past Bakary Sagna with a nice fake shot, and with his left foot he rifles the ball inside, in off the underside of the post there, and instead of in the first half where he could only hit the post and the ball stayed out, this time the ball goes into the back of the net. We make a double substitution here. Billy Sharp and Olsen come on for Elmander, and I'm not sure who came off. I think it might have been Turner. But yeah, it was 3-1 here and I was feeling very confident. But we got on the counter here, 65 minutes played. Hooper finds Billy Sharp. Sharp down the right hand side. Cuts past for Marlon. Goes through. Can he finish? Yes, he can. He squeezes the ball into the back of the net. And Billy Sharp makes it Norwich 4. Arsenal 1 here. It's my first game on Legendary and we were just dominating Arsenal. 67 minutes played, Norwich 4, Arsenal 1. And in the 81st minute, Snodgrass picks the ball up here and rolls the ball through to Gary Hooper. Could we make it 5-1? Hooper cuts inside here, takes aim. He can only hit the bar. They must have snuck a magnet in that ball there. But yeah, Hooper hits the bar. The score remains at 4-1. But he sees Johnson pick the ball up here and find Martin Olsen, or Marcus Olsen, down the left hand side here. Olsen skips past his man here. Eventually plays the ball inside to Gary Hooper. Hooper takes aim there as he cuts inside, but his shot is well saved by Szczesny. Arsenal managed to clear the ball, couldn't clear the danger though. Sharp inside to Olsen. What a save by Szczesny. Then Sharp's shot was brilliantly saved by Szczesny. He just did not want to concede a fifth here, and Arsenal eventually managed to clear the ball away. And in the 89th minute, Bakary Sagna picks the ball up here, finds Mikel Arteta. The Spanishman takes aim here, but it's a good save by John Ruddy, and Bentner's shot is well saved by Ruddy again. But it does finish 4-1, a fantastic win. Our first win on Legendary secures us a route into the Capital One Cup semi-finals with a fantastic 4-1 win at home to Arsenal, and I was very, very pleased with that performance. What a performance. We're into the Capital One Cup semi-finals, and touch wood, I do indeed believe we can go all the way and win this tournament, and it'll be a fantastic achievement for us in the first season. We're through to the Capital One Cup semi-finals, and as always guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.